All right, there I am.
How you doing, man?
The truth, girl, I'm nervous.
For
I'm nervous.
to
It's
get
not true.
interviewed
It's
by
not
me?
true. No, it's not true. It's me. It's me. Like I'm an introvert. I'm real shy. So this is yeah. I don't like interviews, but at some point you gotta get over it and just do it.
You got to, because this is a way to market yourself.
Look, y'all was in a live one night and y'all were talking. I was like, "Ooh, she is talking about me." I felt it in my spirit. I was like, "Look, let me just go ahead and do this because."
Yeah, I promise you, it won't be that bad. And
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. It's just once you get over the nerves, like, so I just got to get over the nerves. So
well, I'm gonna help you out because I'm probably gonna be cracking some goddamn jokes or something.
if I just start randomly laughing, just know that that's just me.
That's fine. That is fine. All right. So introduce yourself, your genre, and anything you want us to know before we get started.
All right. Well, I am Kimmie Ferrell. I am from Washington, D.C. I am a 40-year-old author who has been writing probably since high school, like 13.
Mm.
I got into romance books because of a box of books that my mother gave me. She didn't know that it was romance books in there. She just knew it was books. She knew I would read them. Turns out they were Harlequin books. So
Mm.
I was reading, yeah. At 12, I was reading Desires and Silhouette. Yeah, yeah.
Mm. You said Harlequin. I already knew back then.
Yeah, yeah, and it wasn't. I was not introduced to Brenda Jackson off bat, so I
Mm.
was reading the Lori Foster and
Oh
everyone.
God.
Yeah, still have those books to this day. Like,
Now look now.
yeah. So you know when people be like, "Oh, I was reading these books and I had to envision myself as," but at 12, that's what I was doing. No business doing that, but at 12, that's what I was doing.
Mm-mm. That. Mm-mm.
Look, my mom would be like, girl, if when she finally found out, like, girl, she was like, well, you can't stop now, just keep going.
Yeah.
So,
And she said she didn't say babysitters club. She said Harlequin. Dang.
exactly. She knew from the jump because she was my biggest supporter. Like she was like, look, if you gonna write, then do it. And I was like, all right, let's go. So
Yeah. So let me ask you, what genre do you fit that you what do you think that you fit in, and if it's multiple genres, why?
I lean towards contemporary romance,
Mm-hmm.
but I like to try my hand at different stuff. So I did like erotic romance
Mm-hmm.
and I did a paranormal romance.
Yeah.
And yeah, that baby. But and it's crazy because once I step outside my genre, those are the hardest books to write.
Really?
So, A Phantom Affair and Only for Tonight were the hardest books, and they literally both almost took me out.
Damn. But Phantom Affair was so good.
Almost. Look, that book was I would say I had planned to release it in October.
Uh,
I had started writing it in August, and I was hitting people like Lily. I was like, "Look, you should write some vampires because I want some vampires in my life." And she was like, "Won't you write it?" And I was like, "I can't write it because I was working on a Phantom Affair," and so it didn't get released in October. And I was like, at this point, I just need to drop it. So I was like, I dropped it in May, nowhere near Halloween, but it just needed to come out because they would not stop talking.
it was. Look, I have a thing. I have a hang up, right? Um, First is the Fae. Everybody know I don't like Fae. Um, because they don't write them right, and so I never liked them. And
Right.
I don't like people sleeping with ghosts. That should be blowing me. Now, your book, The Phantom Affair, was way different from anything I've read. So I was like, Okay. So I went digging through your catalog looking for more. I'm like, where it at?
Nothing like that. That is the first, not the last, not the last, but that book really came out of nowhere. And I think it's because I started going down rabbit holes with just twin souls and karmic energies and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And I was like, oh, a book. Let's write this. And that book is different. It's the most slept on book in my catalog.
And
And
which
even
is
though
a
it
shame.
just came out, like it came out, it's not even a year yet, but like it gets no love. And I'm like, y'all are missing out.
That's a good goddamn book. But you know what? Paranormal in the paranormal space, you have to be marketing in the paranormal space.
Yeah,
Because if you don't and they don't know about you, they're only going to see you as whatever you've been right now.
right, exactly.
Which
I
is
think,
unfortunate.
yeah, no, it's sad, but I mean, all I can do is try to market more, but at the same time,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, we're gonna get into that. I got some words. Some
ooh,
words for you. You and Lily. I need to interview Lily too. You and Lily, I got some words for y'all.
so
For
I'm gonna
real.
tell you about Lily because I told Lily to sign up. And she said, I don't do things like this because I'm shy. And I was like, excuse you?
The way she be having them motherfucking girls flipping and flapping and them threesomes and all that other shit going. Please,
It's
please.
always the most innocent looking ones that be doing the most. And Lily is the queen.
every every book I have read from Lily, it's like, damn, he is beating the Sonic coins out of her. Damn, she is fucking that cooch up.
All
What
the
in the fuck?
way up. All
Like, come on, Lily. Just say it. Okay, so how do you define black fiction, and what do you feel makes it unique compared to the mainstream genres?
So I define black fiction not just by who's writing it. That's important.
Mm-hmm.
Please understand. It is important that a black person is writing this to be considered black fiction. But I also
Well,
feel
all the
that the
time.
characters need to be black as well. And
Mm-hmm.
if you do go into like interracial, there still needs to be a character that identifies with the black culture.
Yeah,
I want to say struggle, but I don't like that. But
yeah.
they need to identify. And a lot of people don't write characters that identify with the black culture. They may give
Yeah.
them a black name, but they don't know what it's like to wake up each and every day and deal with the thing that black men and black women deal with.
Yeah.
And I forgot the other part of the question. I ain't even gonna lie.
I said, what makes it unique compared to the mainstream genres? Because you have the mainstream genres, you have black fiction. I know a lot of people don't like separating it because it was like, oh, the separation keeps us from doing X, Y, and Z. But there's always going to be a separation,
It has
regardless.
it has to be separated.
Yeah,
And I I live with like my sister, she does not like that we separate a lot. And she speaks on it like, there y'all go separating again. And I'm like, but you don't understand. It's different things that people go through, that different writers go through. What I go through, somebody on a mainstream level may never go through.
right.
And what they go through, I might don't have the patience or the balls to go through it. Well, no,
Yeah,
I got the balls, but I might don't want to go through it.
right.
And having author friends who have published mainstream, who have been traditionally published, I know what they go through. They tell me everything, or I know what they went through.
Hmm.
And a lot of authors in my position don't understand that it's way more than what you don't see. You give up so much control,
Mm.
and it sucks. It's to a point where I've had an author friends basically say they wanted me to change the name of my character because it was too black. They wanted me to change, yeah. They wanted me to change how they met, or not how they met, but what they were going through because it was not enough drama and trauma. And she was like, I told my editor and my agent, like, I'm not doing that. And
Wow.
luckily, she has an agent who fights for her because her agent was like, hell no, we're not doing that. But some people don't have that. And a lot of indie authors go into it
Mm,
without like representation. So they don't know what they can and cannot do.
that's
They don't
crazy.
have someone who has their back to be like, you know what, if you don't feel comfortable writing that, I got you. I will go talk to them on your behalf because that's what the agent does.
Yeah.
Like they're the middle person. So
That's crazy as fuck.
yeah. Oh, the stories are terrible.
So
Stories
you
are
write
terrible.
both, I guess you can say African American romance and contemporary romance.
Yeah. Yeah.
How would you describe African American romance to someone unfamiliar with the subgenre?
Black people. I'm
What are the cultural nuances that make
like,
it stand out? Besides black people, what are the
oh,
cultural nuances that make it stand out?
so it's gonna always feature for me,
Hmm.
gotta say for me, my African American romances will feature um sorry, Lily. The for me is big in our group chat. For me, um, it's going to exactly. It's going to feature men and women who live in the city, the
Hmm.
inner city. Even if they don't live in the inner city, they are adjacent to it. They know what goes on. They have dealt with certain things that black men and black women deal with, whether it is being looked down upon by other races or even within our own races, where in our own race, where we may feel like someone is doing something that is not positive and it may lead them to look a different way.
Mm,
I think that when I write, I want to write um, characters who they know, like they everything about them is black. Everything from what they say, what they do, how they look is
yeah,
unapologetically black.
yeah.
And that's how I would have to describe it. Like what's African American. It's unapologetically black.
Mm,
Some people will never understand what that means. They
yeah.
will never get it. But
Well,
those who
well,
really
even
get
some people in the black community wouldn't get it.
it. I started to say something, but you're absolutely right. I gotta mind my manners because
Well,
that
on this show, mind your
well,
manners. On this show, oh, oh,
I
okay.
still have to remember that these are still co-workers.
Oh, oh,
You
oh.
don't want to upset the balance, so to speak. But I have co-workers who don't understand,
Mm,
who give us like I look at them, you're black, but sweetie, are you?
not all kin folks.
Exactly. And they don't understand that. They
So,
don't.
what does black love mean to you, and how do you ensure it's authentic in your stories and your writing?
So black love is the love between two black characters, whether they are man and woman, woman and woman, man and man, or whomever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they are both black. They may have, mixed with something else, but majority black.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that for me, it's kind of writing where how I write from what I've experienced, the type of love that I've experienced, whether it's love from someone like a significant other or the love from parents or siblings or friends or anything like that. So my experience makes it authentic.
Mm.
I like to also ask people what they go through, get
Yeah.
ideas from different people who may be older, maybe younger, who all walks of life, just so that it's not just always Kimmie's story.
Yeah.
It's going to be infused in there. Like I'm weaved in the pages of my book, in the words of my books. I'm in there. Y'all might don't see it, but I'm all up in there. So I just have to make sure that when I write, the love has to be felt.
Yeah.
That's important for me. I need for the reader to feel the emotion
Yeah.
behind the words.
I like that. So, how do you feel black love is often misrepresented or diluted in mainstream, um, especially mainstream publishing? Okay, in mainstream publishing and media, what narratives would you like to see more of, though?
I'm glad you said of because I was about to say I do not want to see anybody keep calling it struggle love because I will
Oh,
fight
that is
you.
not a thing,
I
y'all.
will
That
fight
is a made up
you.
term.
I
That
hate that term. I hate when I'm like reading people's reviews and I see, oh, it wasn't a struggle love.
Jesus,
I
that's
think
right.
that all love is well, it's not supposed to be a struggle. However, we're human. And as humans, we have flaws, which means that we will love flawless, like flawless. It will be flawed. It's just how it is. So when people say that, that irks my whole entire spirit.
It does, because there's no such thing as struggle love. Every
It's
relationship from any race goes through ups and downs. That is not struggle love. That's just how growth and evolution happens in relationships. So
but
if
you
you're based,
see but you see how people are so quick to say black love is struggle love when the woman is with the man before he got the money and
mm,
they are eating ramen noodles on the living room floor in front of a fireplace because the gas and stuff. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you take that stuff and they're like, oh no, I don't want to read about that. I think that most people who say they don't want to read about it is because they've gone through it and
girl,
it reminds them of what they went through. Now,
sometimes a lot of them, I know I'm going to get in trouble, but here it goes.
I don't want to get you in trouble.
Sometimes a lot of people that say struggle love is because they are single and desperate. Not saying that everybody who's single is desperate. I'm saying the ones that say something about struggle love, they're single and desperate. They are the ones that like the red pill guys. They are the ones who like the red pill girls. They are the ones that, you know, if they had good dick, they'll be in the fucking bushes waiting outside their house type
Mhm.
deal. Those are what I get from people who talk about struggle love. Struggle love is not a thing. That is man made by Eurocentric standards and not black standards. But like I said, everybody is not kinfolk. You know what I'm saying? And I also believe that if you feel that you have a struggle love, it's time to go.
Get out of that
That
relationship.
is the red flag, bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
Like, if you feel that every little thing that y'all do is too hard, like every little thing is too hard,
You are.
you might need to look at yourself. Are you making it hard? And I'm not trying to be mean. I just feel that that terminology struggle love, it feels like
I
it
just
feels
don't
like
like.
somebody should be slapped with a cement block. Like just one good time.
I just
I'm
wish they
talking
get it
about
off of black people. You know what I'm saying? And I wish that black people, not every term that they give us, we should use.
don't adapt to it.
You know, that's the whole point of them giving it to us. So we can, especially something as derogatory as that. Cause you've seen celebrities who've been together for years, Viola
Hmm.
and her husband. You know what I'm saying? It's not struggle. It's just growth and hiccups in the relationship.
And
Jesus Christ.
I think
Stop.
that maybe they are afraid of the growth. Maybe they don't see it as growth. They see it as something totally different, something that they're not used to and it makes them uncomfortable.
Mm,
Because there are times when we go through things in life that makes us uncomfortable.
mm,
We might for me, like this would have made me uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm growing to the point where I'm here, I'm doing it, I'm sitting through my uncomfortableness to get it done. But some people don't like to do that, so they tuck tail and they run.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what that is. That, but I
That.
want to see more of just characters being themselves. I want writers to be themselves and not be influenced by what everyone else is doing.
Mm.
Or be influenced by, and I love the readers. I connect with readers. I have readers as friends and readers as fans and everything else. But sometimes the audience that we're chasing is not meant for us.
Child.
This is a lesson that I'm learning. Like 5 books in, I'm learning that I have been chasing an audience that was never meant for me. They
Mm.
don't appreciate what I write or how I write. So I just have to find my target audience. And that's
Yeah. But you know what that also ties in, and I said this to Norian the other day. It also ties into marketing. It also ties into actually putting yourself in space. Now I understand there's some people who don't like authors in reader spaces, and some authors that don't like readers in author spaces. And that's fine. And if that works for you, that's great. But if it's not working for you, then maybe you need to get in those spaces and find your tribe. Because I can promise you, there's a reader for every author that's author.
yeah.
They just haven't found you yet, and you can't be like that dingbat that was on Threads talking about, oh well, I guess because y'all ain't read my book, I guess I'm not good enough or whatever the fuck that stupid bitch said. Don't don't be like that. Just slide in. Conversation
I'm a
happening.
reader. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
reader. So I am in a reader space, but I have different hats. I am a reader, yes. Like I'm currently reading Sherelle Green's Fractured Harmony, like her
Mm-hmm.
series. And I plan on reading Aja's Butch tomorrow. Like I'm in reader mode right now. But that's my hat. When
Mm-hmm.
y'all see me post about my books, that is author Kimmie Ferrell. That's not Nikki. Nikki is
Yeah.
the reader.
Yeah.
Kimmie is the writer.
Yeah.
We're two different people. You can be in these spaces and coexist, but
Mm-hmm.
some people get in the space and they do too much.
Too
Just like
much.
some readers, and like I said, I love the readers, but there are some readers who go into, and my DMs is my space.
Mm-hmm.
And you go into an author's DMs and you're saying stuff, and then you don't expect for them to react. And then you're confused when they're blocking you, they're unfollowing you.
Mm-hmm.
But you came into that author space being funky. You deserve that. Now, if I'm in a reader space as Kimmie and I'm like, oh, somebody gave my book a 1 star, like that sucks, like, and calling you out, I just crossed the line. Y'all have every right to dissect me, cut me, slice me, do whatever you need to do to
Mm-hmm.
remind me, like, excuse you, this is our space.
Yeah.
You're the guest here right now.
Yeah.
You don't belong here.
I think it's a lot of magical Negroes around here with delusional tendencies. So it goes across the board, whether it's author and reader. And I feel like they don't know their lane until somebody puts them in their lane, and then they get accused of bullying. Um, I don't know how you bullying somebody that's literally being an asshole to you. But
Exactly.
hey, I get that all the time. So I digress.
I don't think of
But
you as a bully though. Like, I've seen bullies. I've seen people who bully. I don't think you're a bully. Don't make
oh,
that face.
I'm not a
I
bully,
would
but
never think that about you. Like at
I
all.
I'm not a bully until you make me one.
And that's the difference. But there are some readers and authors,
Mm.
some of my brethren, who who are mean spirited, like all the time. You can't even ask them a question because they won't respond. And y'all were talking about this. You were talking about that with A. Lewis yesterday.
Mm.
When I say that, me and my sister was like, "Oh Lord, child, gee," like it was church. A was preaching, but
Yes.
she said something that I was like, "Nah, that ain't true. That ain't true." She said that there are some people whose inboxes you can jump into, and they will tell you, and that is true, yes.
Mm.
But then there are some people when you ask, "How did you get that made?" or "Where did you get that?" or "How does this happen?" and this is coming from an author standpoint, you will get crickets.
Mm.
Nothing.
Mm.
Absolutely. And I can't be that person because I was never, when I got my break,
Mm-hmm.
I got my break because Cheryl Lister was like, "I got you." She took me
Mm.
under her wing. Um, this is when I was querying Harlequin, when I um, was trying to be a part of the Kamani line. Like, she got me.
Mm.
So all of the love and the support that she gave me, I give it because that's what she taught me. She
Mm-hmm.
said, "Miss Bev did that for me. I'm doing this for you. Now
Mm.
you do it for the next." So when y'all see me posting and doing, that's all genuine. I just want to help. But
And
people who don't.
I mean, and I do get that, because that's even in the reader space.
Hmm.
In the reader space, you might have somebody, "Hey, how did you make that graphic for your review? Could you show me, or could you point me in the right direction?" Oh, this girl trying to steal my fucking content. Child, baby, please suck a dick. Jesus Christ, y'all be too much. But I get what you're saying. Sometimes it's the pay it forward and do and help others because you want others to see, because the table is big. Anybody can be at the fucking table.
But you know what? It doesn't even have to be one table because
That's what I'm
I might not
saying.
be at your table, but I'm gonna pull up a chair at that table, and if the table is not there, then I will figure out how to build the table because
Right.
either I'm there, it's going to happen. Nothing that anyone can do can like change my mind and be like,
Yeah.
you don't belong in this space. Excuse you. First and foremost, I know who the fuck I am. That's the
That
first thing.
part.
The second thing is who the fuck are you? Because, and
Yeah.
third, you ain't make this. You ain't make that. You didn't make this.
Yeah.
It's space for everybody.
It's
Content.
so much I want to say, but I'm gonna be nice today.
Look, you can tell me. You can slide in the DM and we can talk about it.
I'm gonna be nice today. I'm not
I'm gonna
even.
tell you because me and Lily be talking about it, and this is y'all be getting y'all stuff from Alibaba. And every time y'all do, y'all don't want to tell anybody, but that's okay because I saw Alibaba do have this stuff. Well, I don't shop at Alibaba, and this is me channeling what's her name? Lisa Renee, whatever from freaking Housewives of Dubai when they was claiming talking about
Yeah.
she was buying her stuff from Alibaba. I don't get mine from Alibaba, but if you do, that's okay.
I'm going to be nice today. It was a great day, so I'm gonna be nice.
Let's keep
If
it
y'all would
nice.
have caught me yesterday,
Yeah, no, y'all were a mess yesterday, and that D Lewis is hilarious.
that's
Like,
him all the time, all the time,
I
in
was like,
person
that
and
couple
not
was
in person.
crazy. But no, it was a balance because like he was like, all right, and you got AA like, and I
They
was
the
like, she's
perfect
so
couple.
adorable. Like, that was
They are the perfect
had me
couple.
cackling. I was washing dishes cackling. Like, nephew
So
was like, what's wrong with you?
let me ask you. Your stories feature strong male and female characters.
Yes.
How do you balance the strength and vulnerability in your protagonist without making them feel stereotypical?
I think that it's important to create about it. They both have to show vulnerabilities.
Mm-hmm.
You can still be strong and still have your weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
And what one person's weakness is, the other can like kind of support it so
Mm-hmm.
that it doesn't feel like a weakness. To the reader, it may look like a weakness, but you have that support system that's holding it like, nah, I got you. Like, so
Yeah.
that's important for me. I do like my main characters to be a little stronger, and
Mm.
that's only because that's how I like my men. So my men characters will be a little more assertive.
Mm-hmm.
But when I write an assertive female, well, woman character, because I hate that word. When I write a assertive woman character, I think that I want the man to be able to handle her, like be able to handle her, and not like control her, but he has to not be afraid of that. He can't
Yeah.
get away from that. Um, she might come off as too powerful, but he has to be like, "Yep, that's my girl. Go ahead."
I get that. So, what do you think makes a male love interest compelling? Like, especially in Black romance, how do you avoid the common pitfalls like how could toxic masculinity
Oof.
in your stories?
I just want my characters. I write my main characters. They can be a little toxic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. When I say toxic, I don't mean like cut up her tires or anything, because that might be pushing it for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I might read that and it might make me go, "Ooh, he just sliced that girl's tires!" Like, ooh. But I don't think I can write that for my characters. I don't think we've met a character that like they haven't crossed my mind to be like that bad.
Yeah.
Um, I do try to stay away from making the guy overly lovable
No
compared
cinnamon
to
roll.
like making the woman the leader's hater.
Mm.
Um, I don't. I want my men to be book boyfriends, yes,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want it to be at the expense of. I hated that female character. Oh, I said the word again. I hated that FMC. Like I hated her,
Mm.
but the MMC he was perfect. No, he has flaws just like she has flaws. So I have to write. They have to be balanced.
But
Flaws.
but us readers, if your male character is putting on in your story, we digmatize anyway. The same with the female characters. So if it's a sapphic book and that stud or that film is putting on in the book, we munching ties. I don't know. We we all the above. So it don't matter what anybody do. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna still have that person back.
It shouldn't, but it does because, like, take for instance Stephanie and Mr. Play for Keeps.
Mm-hmm.
I got people who was like, I hated her. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't stand her. She ran from that good man, and he told her not to run and
Mm-hmm.
whatever, whatever. Like, yeah, he bought her a new wig and some lunch, and like yeah, okay, cool. He loved her, but she still had her issues. Like, she still had her issues. She gonna run. She gonna run. She was a track star. Like I loved Stephanie because she was me. Like he a good man, but I'm still scared. I'm gonna run, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that every man is gonna chase, but Nathaniel chased. He was like, I ain't got nothing else to do. I want her, so he chased, and that was okay. So it
So,
got to be a give or take, I guess.
are there like specific traits you try to include in your heroines? Like, what makes a female a woman? What makes a woman lead truly stand out in like a romance novel to you, in your own opinion?
She has to love hard.
Mm.
Like she has to love hard. And I'm not just saying him hard,
Mm-hmm.
herself hard. And even if she
Mm.
does have insecurities, because she's human, we all
Yeah.
do. Um, but she has to still love herself enough to be like, yeah, I don't like the freckles on my nose, but I'm still that bitch. But or yeah, I
Mm.
got a little fluff, but I still look good.
Yeah.
She has to love the people around her hard, and
Mm.
I always have like a supportive cast because that's what I have.
Mm-hmm.
So she don't have to necessarily love him hard in the beginning.
Yeah.
She loves whoever hard. I think
Mm-hmm.
that I need a woman who is going to stand up for herself. She knows when she's wrong. She'll admit it. It might take some pulling of the teeth. It might take some pulling. He might be like, "You got your shoes on the wrong foot," and she'll be like, "No, I don't. I wanted them like this." But then she'd be like, "You know what? You're right. They was on the wrong foot. My bad." Like, this guy's blue. No, it's not his hurt. Like, she's gonna fight because that's me. So, but she has to stand up for herself. She's gonna stand up for the people around her. Like, no nonsense.
Yeah.
She's gonna do. She might cut you. She might have a baby face, but she will cut you.
That's realistic. You write contemporary, but you have your paranormal. I just feel some type of way. Because it's only one.
It's only one. It's funny because like my DC accent be so strong, but I don't hear my DC accent until people like die and be like, "Girl, your DC accent is coming out." But yeah, when you talk about like Storm, I literally was talking about you before this to my sister, and I was like, yeah, when she gave the review, like she was talking about how much she really liked this book, and I love that. And my sister was like, you know, she gonna ask on the next one. And I was like, yeah, I know that's gonna be.
No, sis, exactly, and fuck exactly. Where is the book, LaShondra? Where is the book?
So that book is not coming anytime soon.
Jesus, and I ain't got no alcohol.
You gonna have to take a drink. I know, and it's not me. It's actually Alani and Jacob. They are not talking. I will say that Siren spoke in Alani, like about Alani.
Yeah.
I have a prologue, but that's it. But I am working on, I guess, 1.5 in this series, I guess. It don't feature them at all. But it is kind of like a movie magic paranormal type thing where a wish is made and then stuff come true. So I'm working on that. But Alani is just quiet, and it's not. Yeah. They're not talking. They're not talking. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Look, I might just post a prologue for y'all, and y'all can just have that.
Now, look here now. And
it's crazy because A Phantom Affair was supposed to end. Like, I had 3 endings for that book. And I told Lily, I said, I have 3 endings. And I got to the chapter before, like, the chapter right before the end. And I still did not know how that book was going to end. And I'm like, I told Lily, I said, I have 3 ways this book can end. The one that everybody got, and then there are 2 other ways that this book could have ended. And she was like, really? And I was like, yeah. And I went, yeah.
Where them endings at?
They are in here. They are in okay. Y'all know how Goosebumps books is, right? And you get to a certain part and you flip and you got to like make a decision and you flip whatever and then you get whatever you did. I was like, oh, I should do that for this book. Like, I should re-release it, add the 3 endings, and then whatever. But I have not written a word since the first week of March.
So what we got to do? Do I need to like what's up?
It's me. It's literally me. So I have rheumatoid arthritis, and back in November, and y'all will probably know what I'm getting at. I decided to stop taking my medicine because I was not sure my insurance was going to cover.
Yeah.
So I had to stockpile all my medicine, and then in doing so and not treating the antibodies that are attacking my joints, My hands got so swollen
Mm.
that I couldn't crack knuckles, I couldn't close. So I had to finish a book that, if y'all are on my email or have seen me talk about it, where the 45 different Black authors got together to do, I finished that book and I said, Lord, if you let me finish this and my swelling go down, and I will take a break. And my swelling went down, so I took a break. And I have not written anything.
Can I ask, Lord, how long is this break?
It's supposed to be into the 1st
Of what?
of April.
Oh,
It's supposed to
girl.
be until the 1st of April. But uh then I found out that I got a torn ligament in my shoulder. And so had to get an MRI. And I just tore a ligament in my right shoulder. And so once I see him and figure out what's going on, yeah. But I'm gonna try to write as much as I can before I go see this doctor, because I gotta get stuff out. Like, I got plans. I
You
got
got plans, but you gotta also take care of
I
yourself.
got no, at this point, I got plans. I got stuff I need to get out. Y'all don't have Lily in y'all. Lily is a bully.
Trust me, I got a Lily in my friend group. Trust me.
Shannon is your Lily, huh? Or Nicole.
Nicole.
I can see Nicole being, yeah,
No.
sweet face, but she just be like, get it done.
She never cusses us out, but it's just the words that sound like, now get your ass in there and do that.
But see, Lily will say the words. She got me one morning and I was like, man, you're very aggressive this morning. Good morning. How are you? Can we restart this? Or if I say something like, yeah, no, you are a bully. If I say something like, yeah, case in point, I was like, yeah, I don't know how this is going to go. This interview, like, am I going to be funny enough? And she was like, you're fucking hilarious. And I was like, okay.
Oh man.
And I left her on red because that was so aggressive. I was like, really? Like,
Someone asked, do you use voice notes when you have a flare up?
no, I don't. I don't like the sound of my voice, y'all. Listening to me talk back, I would be like, ugh, ugh.
But
Like,
I don't think that's the point. I,
I gotta listen to it though, so don't think about it.
but
It's
see,
like,
I don't like the sound of my voice when I see
your
when
voice is fine. Your voice
girl
is
when I be
fine.
on those
You sound
interviews.
like Elmira and shit. And I'm like, and then so he spread her legs and he opened wide and he trailed the tip of his tongue. And then I'm listening to it back and he's like, wah, 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 wah. And I sound like a baby. And I don't want to hear this.
Why I sound like a baby?
Like, immature voice.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. But I'm still gonna host you to that paranormal.
I really want them to. I really, really, because when Siren started talking about them, and like she based, I'll tell you this, Alani is a powerful witch, but we already know that, right? We know that she's powerful. So Siren says something to the extent of like, her grandma, she's more powerful than we know she is. And I'm like, really? She is? Where did that come from?
See,
I
this
know
is
she a
why
witch. When did she?
this, this is why I need a book.
But guess who else is talking though? I
Oh,
didn't even know Marie had a daughter, because her daughter is talking. Exactly. Because when the
wait.
hell did you get a kid? Where was I at? I'm the author. When did you get a kid, man? You was pining after him the whole time. When did you get a kid? And why is your daughter cry? What? Exactly.
That's
That's
why you need to write the story, man. And they
I
need to
don't
talk. They need to talk to you. I don't know what I got to do, but they need to talk to you.
like. I'm like, who told Marie to have kids and procreate? Because Lily called her the scurry finger lady. When I left the Scarry Finger lady back in that book, that was it. I made sure she died the most horrific death. I ain't want nothing to do with that woman. And
Lord.
then you mean to tell me you had kids along the way who had kids, and now all of a sudden I'm supposed to like this one child that you have because she's cursed, and I gotta like her, but I don't even like your bald-headed ass.
Damn, Jesus.
Yeah, I know Marie was one of the worst people ever. Like, absolutely horrible.
So how do you balance? How do you maintain a balance, right? How do you maintain a balance? The same level of passion and emotional depth that you have for your contemporary romance, and when you transition between those two genres.
It's all the same. It all feels the same to me. It doesn't
Mm.
feel like it's separate. It's just I see the story before I write it. And I don't know how this gonna make me sound real crazy. Y'all gonna be like, Kimmie got issues. And I do. I definitely do. But now I'm letting y'all into this craziness. But I don't know if anybody knows like how Love Belvin works, where she calls her characters her clients. Like they
Mm.
come to her as clients and she tells their stories, whatever. My characters come to me as random people who are like, hey, so let me tell you a story. My name is blah, blah, blah. This is how I look. And this is what this is. And I'm in love with this person. And then I see the entire story that this person is telling me from both point of views.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sit down and I'm like, okay, this is what they told me. No notes, no nothing. I just sit down from what I remember and I write. Now, sometimes I do outline. Most times I don't. I'm a pantser. So I write when I feel it.
Yeah.
That's why y'all don't be getting books because I don't be feeling it. I don't be feeling like writing. Like, I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I may tell a joke, but I never tell a lie.
Do you find that paranormal romance gives you more creative freedom?
Yes.
Especially when you're exploring the Black love aspect of it?
Yes.
How
I
so?
think that writing that allowed me to just tap into a part of me that I didn't even know existed.
Mm.
I got to create, and then I did a lot of research, like because that story takes place in two different times.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to look up DC 1923 compared to now, and then just kind of get everything together and make it seamlessly and make everything flow.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to do things that I don't think that I would ever do in contemporary Avi. But a 100-year curse, a ghost who is haunting a guy that she knows, but he don't know her. And you know, it felt different, and I loved that part. It took me out, but I loved it. I love being able to explore their love. I really loved them.
Yeah.
As they were a really good couple, but the love aspect of their story, like in the book, I think it's Siren who says it's a beautiful, a bit tragic love story.
Yeah.
That's what the book is. You're going to get the emotions from it because I cry writing certain stuff, and I'm a Cancer. I cry on everything, but that part, like certain parts in that story, I cried. Certain parts I was mad. That's why I don't like Marie. Um, she can catch these hands, and I created her. Like,
It was that one part when she was leaving and they thought it was the final end all be all.
right.
And I was just like, this is so sad. This is so fucking sad.
That's sad. That was sad. I think that the saddest part for me was when she realized like I can't breathe, I can't move, I can't do anything. And she sees him and like I'm like, oh my god, I'm standing behind her watching them look at each other and I'm like, y'all want to show me this? Like I'm crying like
That was so sad.
yeah.
God. But that's why I say You
I
know.
would cry. Look, I got some things up my like. I have a lot that I need to do. That I want to do. I really want to release a book in July for my birthday. Like
Mm.
this book should have came out last year, but it didn't. So, I want to do that. I want to. Lily keeps bullying me for another book. Actually, I committed to a book that Lily bullied me into. So I have that.
Yay, Lily.
She is a horrible person, people. I'm telling you. She's beautiful. She's amazing, but she's a horrible person.
But what has your experience been like marketing? Yeah, I'm gonna get into marketing. What
Ooh,
is your experience been like marketing your books as a Black indie author? What specific challenges have you faced in gaining visibility?
I feel like certain platforms have certain rules,
Mm,
and you have to do things differently on each. It's not like I can create one post
mm,
and put it on all, and it all sees much.
mm,
Because a post that I posted yesterday for Only for the Night received more traction on TikTok than it did on anything else.
mm,
So now you're curating posts for different platforms, and that's a lot
mm,
because I want to write. I want to write the stories, but now
mm,
I have to make a post that's like this for this and this for that, and
mm.
so on and so forth. Um, and then besides all that, gotta hope people are seeing. It has to. The graphic has to look a certain way because it don't look good. They're gonna keep scrolling.
Yeah, because we some visual whores.
Apparently, I was supposed to be an English major and took up graphic designing and business marketing and everything else when I decided to write. And no one told me that. I didn't get that memo.
But with that, there's too many of us out here that can do those things.
But money, it talks. So if you are an author, and I am using me as an
Mm,
example because it's me. If you're an author who you put in so much money into your books, editing, the cover, the copyright, the
mm,
ISBN number, and then you don't receive a good return on that, you're
mm,
losing money. So imagine doing that for 5 books, as many books as I have, and you spend close to $300 on those books,
mm,
but your return is never as big. And then you're still using that money that you are getting to put elsewhere, or your royalties are going like this because you got $400 one month, but it dropped down to $5 to, and it spikes and stuff. So
mm. How many book events have you done?
none. Boozy Book Tour is my first. And that's for a good reason. I am painfully shy. And so I've gone to book events, but I never saw myself wanting to sit at a table. Why? Because I never wanted to be the author where you got to see the face. I wanted
Mm.
to be, but my mentor was like, nah, you about to do this interview. And I'm like, I didn't want to do an interview. And she's like, no. And that's like the bays. If y'all see me ever talking about the bays of whatever, whatever, like Cheryl Lister and Sherelle Green and Elle Wright and Angela Seals, they literally gave me this platform.
Mm.
They um, started a company back in like 2021. It was a small boutique press. I published my first books under them. They
Mm.
broke that off, and then when we got to the base of Christmas, they still invited me to do it. And I was like, y'all saw something in me. Okay. And I like during that time, I was the rookie, and they were an all-star team, and I was like, haha, okay.
You are so silly.
Like, I'm the rookie on this all-star team. Like, okay. And it was Nicole Falls and Reese Ryan and like authors who I read.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all in this chat and we're talking, and I'm like, oh, that's Nicole Falls. Hey, girl. Trying not to be Ty, like Ty Love. Well, it's Ty now, but Ty, I was reading her stuff like way back when. And now I can be like, hey, Ty, how are you, girl? How you doing? And she like, hey, Kimmie. And I'm like, she know my name. So, yeah, no, it's like that. It's like that.
But
But
you know you gotta go to events.
I know. That's why I'm going to an event in
But you also know you're gonna have to, even for your past books, you're gonna have to make more videos, more
Yeah,
content.
I know. I definitely know. It's one of those things where it's like, I'm going to get to it.
Nah.
And that's what it is because you're writing and you're focusing on what you're doing now, and then you're like, oh wait, I got a backlog because the girl has a catalog, but I
Yeah.
got a whole little backlog. Let me go back to this. Let me post this, and then some of the books, like My Bays of Christmas,
Mm.
Christmas. So you'll see a lot more content on Christmas for that.
Mm.
Days of Juneteenth, what Juneteenth, you'll see a lot more content around that. But I'm trying to actively post more. In me taking a break from writing, I low key took a social media break where I
Mm.
wasn't posting as much. But y'all might see me pop on and might see me retweet some stuff. But it was a lot of drama going on social media.
When
Yeah,
is it?
when isn't it? But it felt like it was way too much. And I'm an
Mm.
empath. I feel. And so it just felt funky. And
Mm.
I don't like that in my space.
I
So
mean, the girls that start all that drama, the male and girls, they probably don't use washcloths. I don't know. I just, I don't know. But people live for that drama. I just, at this point, I done tune it out. Like, whatever. Here we
I've
go with some
gotten
more
better
shit.
about blocking and muting. It's not like I don't want to get rid of you. Like I like everybody. You know what I'm saying? I like
Yeah.
everybody. I don't want to get rid of you, but I don't want to see you on my timeline, so I gotta mute you.
Yeah.
And pray that you don't have anything great going on in your life right now. Cause I want to celebrate you, but I just don't want to see you because you messy.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
me, I said that wrong. I said pray that you're not having anything great going on. I want you to have great stuff going on, but I might can't celebrate you the way that I genuinely want to because you messy.
Mm.
So I gotta distance myself.
Like I said, they don't use washcloths. Hell, they might not even use soap. I don't fucking
They take water baths. They just sit there
know.
in the water.
Ugh. What mistakes have you made in your marketing and strategy early on that
Put
you've
too much money.
learned? Oh,
Oh, yeah. Put way too much money in it. Like,
oh.
and some stuff is free. You
Mm-hmm.
know, a lot of stuff is free.
Mm-hmm.
We have people who do word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I talk about this a lot to like those people who I'm close with.
Mm-hmm.
My friends are not my target audience. Yeah, y'all are my friends in real life. Y'all come to my house. We go to parties together, but y'all are not my target audience.
Yeah.
However, you are my friend.
Mm-hmm.
You can reblog a post.
Yeah.
You can do whatever. That's free.
True.
But when I first started out, I was actually paying for reviews
Mm.
because I didn't know people to
Wait, what?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's not talk about it. Uh-huh.
People?
Yeah.
What?
Some of your faves, I'm saying this, some of your faves used to charge to do certain stuff. and they get away from it now. They don't do it as much now. But when you are fresh out of like, yeah.
Y'all see my look
You're
of
not gonna
confusion.
crucify me in these comments because I fight all y'all. Like
You see the look of confusion on my face, like
that's a thing. That's a whole thing. There are some creators who, if they don't know you and you are new to the game, they charge you. And you know that they are popular. You see what they've done. You because I look at platforms. I This is when I was getting in. I follow who I followed at first because I saw what you were doing for other authors. At the same time, you're not doing that for me because you don't know me. So now I have to put up a little something, something. I just spoke good. Never mind. Because that's what it sounds like. But yeah, a lot of people charge, and me wanting the exposure, I went with it.
I
And I then learned that there were people, and this is through my mentor and Sherelle and everybody. I learned, like, hold on, don't do that. You know, here are some platforms for reviews, for graphics, for videos, for whatever, for whatever. Yeah, and they take advantage of the ones who don't know any better.
that's insane.
And when you're bright-eyed, bushy-tail, you're like, okay, here.
I've had new authors. I mean, got one book out the gate, or haven't even finished the book yet. Ask me, hey, this is blah blah blah. Can I read it? Why? Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I feel like y'all as indie authors are already putting a lot of money into
Everything else. Right?
So why should I ask you to pay me when you're offering to give me this story that is yours for free that I can read and enjoy as a reader for free, not on KU with my subscription, not bought, but for free? Why would I?
Remember what happened like a few weeks ago where the guy went into the girl and she was like, "Oh, but you
You
got
talking about code?
Okay, so that's what it is. It's her level. It's kind of like you have some content creators who are we know them. We know the ones who have a platform where they're like, I can guarantee you that your book is going to see whatever. However, my time is money. So,
Okay, the dinglebat that did that.
be nice.
We just
We
gonna
being nice.
call
Be nice.
we just gonna call her Stewie. You know what I'm saying? Chicken Hawk even. Um, she's the prime example of please look at people pages. Like for real look at people pages. Because some of these motherfuckers will read Sarah J. Maas and have one black book on their account that they made magically, the magical Negro magically on their page, and now they're a fucking connoisseur of fucking black anything. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate because a lot of new authors are being respectful and they're going into the DMs. Now some of y'all, but they're being respectful and they're going in the DMs, and to take advantage of someone, and I do say this is taking advantage because you're getting something free. You're not getting nothing for nothing. You're literally getting a free book. So I am so confused with charging for. I'm not knocking anybody's hustle, but to me that's stupid.
But Don said, wait, are they charging for a paragraph on Amazon? No, because some of them don't even post on Amazon.
So what they charge you for?
Exactly. The people who I went to, it was Goodreads or Storygraph. I don't do Storygraph. I tried and then I got off and then I tried again and then I it's way too many apps and I can't navigate it all. And I'm not gonna lie, I am the author who reads reviews. So I can't keep going on all these sites to read y'all reviews. And yes, I read the reviews. I count the ratings. That's me though. I don't I don't think anybody else should. I do because I want to know what y'all is saying.
I just want to let y'all know, any authors out there who want legitimate reviews that are wholehearted, because I heard a heifer today, or earlier this morning, she had made a video saying your favorite reviewers don't even read the books and can't nobody really read. No, but she was trying to be sarcastic. She was saying that about anybody who had a big platform who are doing
Yeah.
reviews. They don't read the books. They highlight different things, and they don't actually read that many books. Bitch, I read like 200 books a year, 200 to 300 a year. And secondly, not only do I read the book, bitch, I give you a thesis of the book. So there ain't no fucking way. There ain't no fucking way. You know what I'm saying? There is some of us who enjoy the reading aspect of it, the story, the plot, the characters, and we love it. So we are going to give you a review. Now, is every review going to be the same? If we as reviewers did the same motherfucking you imagine how that would have went?
You got to keep them engaged. So you can't do the same thing. But there, like I said, I dealt with it, and I know there are other authors who probably have dealt with it too. And it's like you just want your book to be seen. So imagine if we switch the roles, and I'm not talking about the two books that I have like that aren't available. I start out the gate with A Phantom Affair. And I come to you, right? And you love it. But what if I didn't come to you and I went to someone else? Because I'm seeing like, oh, this book has low traction. Like it's not getting any sales at all. Like it's going months without sales or even reads or whatever. And now I'm desperate. So I'm like, okay, this person has this many followers. She's going to be like, she'll read it, but I got to pay.
But and I'm gonna say this: when y'all look for reviewers or readers that do reviews, first the pan shit is just blowing.
Drop the phone.
But you look in their engagement, because they can have 1 million followers and only have like 90 people looking at that video.
But some people don't even look at that. They look at the numbers as far as how many people are going to see this.
Yeah, but that's the engagement part. The problem is, and this, I think this where a lot of people get mixed up with it, is they'll see the likes versus the views. The views are more important than the likes. You know what I'm saying? Because the views is people who watch the video in its totality.
Right.
And their engagement is based off of them watching that video. Whereas the likes is that motherfucker knew you, like, scrolled up.
But they'll see how many people you have following you.
Girl, that don't mean shit, because it be bots and shit
Or
following us.
the authors that you have put on your platform, because that's the thing too. There are some people who rock with certain authors all day, every day. That's what it is. No ifs, ands, or buts. Whatever. Got it. That's your prerogative. No Bobby Brown. Got it. But if you no Bobby Brown, but if you want like other people to engage with you, if I see that you're hyping my favorite authors, so yeah, I'm gonna come to you. I'm gonna step to you, because that means you're obviously reading what I write, because I write in the same genre as these people. You like the Black romance, I'm gonna come to you, but I'm not big enough for you to hype up to put on your page.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a different type of bitch, y'all, because I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
But Storm, I was scared to like I had been watching your videos and your reviews for a while before I even came to you with a Phantom Affair. And notice I didn't come to you with my earlier stuff. I came to you with my latest.
Mm.
So I was like, I need someone to read this book
Mm.
who is removed from Kimmie because it's nothing like what I wrote.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you have people who read everything. Like I have a friend who she's my alpha and my beta reader.
Mm-hmm.
She is my friend from God knows how long. Like Lily is an alpha beta reader. But my friend has all the books. Even the two that are not available right now. She has all of them. And she will read and be like, oh my God, I love it, I love it, I love it. And I'm like, of course you love it. But no, if she did love it, she'd be like, I don't like this. This is terrible. Like,
But you know, it's okay. I'll take an author that I truly read thoroughly. Shit, hell, all her shit is back there. E. Bowser. I can separate her urban erotica, Product of the Streets, from her Shade series and Brothers That Bite series. That's a paranormal, and her zombie series. That's dystopian. Each will get an equal because they're different writing styles, and this is where I think people get fucked up because y'all expect authors to write the same way for every fucking book in different fucking genres, and it does not. That shit don't even work right. Fucking genres, and it does not. That shit don't even work right. that if they write a contemporary romance story and put that in a dystopian fantasy book, you're gonna be like, now what the fuck is this?
you'll be like real confused. The writing is going to be different. But some people don't see that. They see the name.
That's it.
They see that name.
It's not like I'm used to her writing.
I have seen that, and that makes me so angry because no, you did not just slam a book that I loved because you were basing it off something that they wrote a while ago. Case in point, I wanted to scream when people were talking about El Kason and everybody kept talking about Demon's Dream. And then there was someone who went back to her previous stuff. It was a video. I'm scrolling. I'm a late night scroller. And the person went back and they read one of her earlier works. And they were like, I didn't like this book because it's nothing like Demon's Dream. You can tell that this is her early work. You fucking think?
Ciao.
It's her earlier work. We as authors grow. And if you rock with us hard enough, you see the growth in the writing as well. Because as we're growing and we're learning different things and we're doing things differently, you're like, I remember when she used to say this to describe this, but look, she did this. It's a little different. You're growing with us. That's how it's supposed to be.
You know, the reading space and the author space is so funny to me sometimes because it is always a problem with something. And it just amazes me that the people who are the loudest and complaining are like this small. And the rest of us are sitting back like, what the fuck is you talking about? We're great. We're awesome. And then the next day, you know, it's a big ass thing from that little bitty person that done said something about an author writing style or comparing two books that ain't got shit to do with each other and making a whole bunch of chaos amongst readers. Or it's somebody just the struggle of, or I can't read black books because whatever, urban fiction is just whatever, contemporary, it's just Jesus.
It gets so tiring sometimes to see the same arguments that it's gotten to a point where I don't say anything. I just pull up WhatsApp and then I vent to Lily. And then I'm just going and going and going. And then she gets a 9-minute, like she's at work, but then she gets a 9-minute and 46-second voicemail and she listens to it and she's like, you good? And I'm like, no, because, and then I start showing her like, this is what happened while you were doing whatever. Sometimes the group chat,
Girl, I be out here fighting for my life when I get to talking about, I love black authors, so that includes interracial romance authors. boy, I be out here knucking and bucking and ready to fight. Like this, what the fuck?
Like,
Just
why would
because,
it not include? I don't.
girl, it's a whole big thing that because it's not two black people, people tend to exclude them, and I hate seeing that. And I'm always for inclusion of black writers because they're diverse.
Right.
So I could never see myself saying, "Hey, we're supporting all black authors except if you write interracial and multicultural." That does not make sense to me, and it annoys me. And I keep stressing, y'all bitches that's making these videos, I hope your asshole fall on a Lego. Y'all get on my fucking nerve with that shit. Black actors are supposed to be respected across the fucking board. I don't give a fuck if this motherfucker wrote this motherfucking black female slept with a checker. You respect that shit. Damn.
But also, there are some authors who do write interracial who have said problematic things in the past, and
Yeah,
people.
Jamila J. Jasper. Yeah.
But then like you got some of the OGs who are like, I don't rock with that person because she said this, and y'all loving on her. But remember when she said she don't put black men on her covers because whatever, or and that's just one case in point.
Yeah.
Or she said this. It's
It's
I
a
don't
lot.
rock with them. I don't
It's a
rock with
lot.
those.
But the
Like,
thing about it, they always say when that one person does it, they include the whole as a
yeah,
whole. I hate
you need to
that
include all of them. You don't,
because
because
I can tell you right now, Kenya Wright, she writes amazing books and black heroines that are getting fucked every which way. I
that
love
reminds
it.
me of Casey. I think I'm not. I'm going to say her last name wrong, but I think it's Verano. But she,
Verino.
yes, I love her. I love Cassie. Like, she is absolutely one of the sweetest people that I've never did meet. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so she writes what she writes, and she's proud, and I love it. But you do
Mhm.
have people who are like, I
Yeah.
write this because it sells. And you know those people. You know them. Some of
Yeah.
your favorite authors don't write because they want y'all to be happy. They write because y'all read their stuff and it gives them money. And
Yeah.
that makes them happy.
Yeah.
And they don't care about what y'all think. I'm just saying. But I'm gonna be
Yeah.
nice.
So, how do you navigate the publishing industry's bias against Black indie authors? Good night, Elle. Have there been specific gatekeeping issues you've had to push through with a smile and a angry eye, but never showing that you are fed up with the ass?
I try not to focus on all that.
Mm.
I write what I write. Most times, y'all, I'm writing my stories for me. I'm not gonna
Mm.
reread it. Like after I write it, I probably won't reread it. But
Mm-hmm.
I write the story I want to tell. I write the story that the characters tell me to tell, basically.
Mm.
Um, so I try to drown out all the other noise. I
Yeah.
don't see much, and I try not to. And I know that that's bad in some instances because it's like you're closing yourself off.
Mm-hmm.
But I would rather close myself off and be in my little box in my little space
Yeah.
than to put myself out there to be at all the
Yeah.
time. And if I can protect myself from that, then I'm okay. Because I would be crashing out all up on this internet if I even allowed myself to just sit back and think of what people don't want me to write or what the white author is doing that is whatever compared to what I'm supposed to be doing. I
Yeah.
think I would be, and I'm an overthinker, so I would be overthinking way too much. I protect myself from all that.
So, what advice would you give yourself, your younger self, your beginning self in writing? What advice would you give yourself when you first started from where you are now?
I would tell myself, don't do it. Don't do. No, I'm joking. Don't do
I
it,
was
Kimmie.
like, what?
Don't.
What
It's
you
not
mean?
worth it. You're gonna go crazy. The drink.
Girl, my whole face. What?
No, I wouldn't tell myself that. I would tell myself to get into self-publish first.
Why?
I spent more time not publishing anything because I was quarrying. And
Mm.
it's not to say that, and let me be clear, it's not to say that your girl don't have offers, because she had offers. It's not to say that your girl ain't have requests for fools, because she had those too. She just ain't give them in. Because I started to see different things and
Mm.
learn more what those people were doing. And the biggest thing is how I had they, and it's this Harlequin, requested for their special edition line, not special edition, Heartwarming. And the Heartwarming line does not mention sex at all, which was fine with that book, because that book was a really sweet, you know,
Yeah.
so low angst, I guess, but a lot of angst. But they wanted me to change way too much. It
Mm.
didn't feel like my story anymore.
Mm.
So when you're new to it and you're spending your time, like you're writing a story that you love, only for somebody to be like, no,
Mm.
no, this is not going to work for us. Oh, we can make it work, but you have to change this, and this. Or,
Damn.
well, if you do, you have to add this, but take this out. And we don't like how this is. And the character feels a little too different from what our readers, and the word different, the word difference,
That's wild.
they say what they want to say. And that goes back to me saying, if you have an agent on your side who is blocking you from that,
Yeah.
cool. But I went in and I got my start. Um, I signed up for Harlequin So You Think You Can Write contest.
Mm.
And when I put my book in that contest, no lie, every year leading up, I would see the Kimani romance entries. It's no more than like a handful.
Mm.
The year that I did it, I think we had maybe like a little under 10.
Mm.
We didn't have, in the top 10, I was the only one.
Mm.
None of the other books made it through any of the other rounds.
Mm.
And so it was kind of like, now you pitting me against all these other authors, but I obviously know what you want. You don't want this. And
Mm.
they were closing the Kamani line anyway. So they want you to write the story they want. They feel that sells.
Oh.
And I will tell you all this. There are some authors in that company where they do give them synopsises and tell them to write the story.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Telling secrets. But yeah. They
So
literally give the synopsis to the author, or they'll be like, hey, we have an idea. Do you think you can write this? And of course, it's the author's words, but
it's not their original
not really
idea.
their story.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna ask this question. I already said I want the paranormal, but I'm gonna ask again anyway. Are there any genres you haven't written in yet, but would love to explore?
I really want. I really want to do a dark romance.
I'm gonna fight her, Lily. My God.
And the bad part is, like, when I talk about my sister a lot, my little sister, and if y'all read my books, y'all might have seen her little name in the back, like right under my thank you to my mama and God. Like, it say my little big sister, because my little sister is 4 years younger than me, But that woman is probably 10 years older than me in her head. And boom, you'll meet her at Boozy Book Tour because she was like, I'm coming with you. And I was like, okay. Whatever. But we talk a lot on the books that I want to write. And we were in a car one day and a song came on and the idea just came. And she was like, yo, do it. And I was like, no, bad Kermit. No, no. When I did a Phantom Affair, like I talked her through this whole book, and she was like, and I was like, I knew you were going to say yeah. Like, why would you just say yeah? Say no. Or you got Lily, where we send each other plot bunnies, and she's like plot bunny, and I'm like plot bunny, and then we have these plot bunnies that we all want to write. So it's like,
What I'm gonna say, I still want my paranormal, but since I am getting into black dark romance, I'm gonna emphasize this again: black.
yeah.
None against you white folks that write it. It's just I can't relate. Ha ha. So I'm really getting into black dark romance. I would love, hear me out, if you and Lily
Ooh.
write a dark romance. All I'm saying.
I stopped myself, and Lily is probably looking at the screen like, you better not say shit. So if Lily says something, yeah,
Yeah,
I
it'll be dark and nasty. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Lily, dark romance, Lily, like me is kind. For me, is like, oh, I'm thinking about but Lily,
I can
like,
see that, but I'm saying
no, you don't see it because it's coming.
you're right.
And
I
when
don't see it, Lily. Where is it?
when it comes, like when she Lily,
I still would love. I would love for y'all to collaborate on a dark romance or a two-story book with two different versions of dark romance from two different authors' perspectives.
see Lily, Storm getting us in trouble.
I'm just
I,
saying.
I think that like I gotta ease into it. I with a Phantom Affair, I feel like I eased into that, and it wasn't as woo as it could have been.
Mm.
But I knew that she was not going to be in full ghost form, and he was not going to be smanging that thing while she was transparent. That just did not make. I couldn't write that. I could not see myself writing that. Now, was she 135 years old? Yes, she was. Was she a ghost? Yes, she was. She just was a ghost. She reincarnated. That was different. Dark romance, I would have to, and I got the anger. That's the bad part. Don't let the smile fool y'all. I'm angry. But I got the anger for it. I just gotta ease into it. But I see it. Like I see myself writing a book that is darker than what I'm. Lily said, "We're
She
just
said, "Girl, we do right." Thank you, thank you.
ma'am."
I'm just saying. Okay, I look at it like this.
No, ma'am.
I've read a lot of Lily's books. I read The Phantom Affair, and the reason why I say this, even though The Phantom Affair was paranormal, there's some wicked shit going on within that story, and I say all the time that could have went dark right there.
It was going to. I will say
It could have
that.
went dark right there.
It was going to go way dark, and I had to stop myself. Because it got too dark, and I pulled back and I said, wait a minute, that's too. I did that one. It low key scared me because I was like, "Woo, child, you good?" Like,
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
you
I
sit
do
on that lady's
believe.
couch because this. is not
I believe
cheating.
y'all both can do it. Look.
I know Lily
You
can.
can. You
I've
can.
seen it.
Lily does her version. You do your version, and y'all make it into a book, 2 stories, 2 novels, or however y'all want to do it of dark romance.
Y'all saying it. Look, so you saying this, and then I bet it's in our group chat. Oh, okay. She said 2027. Okay. Because I was gonna say Lily would be like, all right, Kimmie, January next year is that's how she did something. The one book that we're collaborating on. Hint hint that I just told everybody Lily. But
Huh?
that's how it started off with her like, I got this idea. And I was like, ooh, that's a nice idea. And she was like, you like my idea? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, June. And I was like, wait, what? And she was like, I mean, I think we can push it back, or we could do 2026, or we could, like, she started throwing out dates. But then she threw out dates. And then that's what she said, June. And I was like, oh.
So where's the graphics? Where's the coming soon? Where whoa.
She gave
Where
me a date. She gave me a date. She said June, and I said okay. But she's not the only person who do that, because Kia Barlow did the same thing, and she was like this, and I was like, damn, like y'all ain't even asked me like, Kimmie, do you want to play hopscotch? Like, are you free? Like, might take family vacation, but June, okay, I'm there, and I can't say no. I'm nice, and it's Lily. Like, who tells Lily no? I can't tell Lily no. She
Yeah.
tells me no all the time.
Okay. You mentioned this book. Is there any other books that are coming that we should be on the lookout for?
I have a book that is dropping on April 1st. Yeah, I said that. It's a part of the.
I had to look at the calendar. Like,
It's a part of the 45. It's Prolific Works is doing an exclusive promotion to celebrate. I'm laughing at the comments.
I feel y'all.
Prolific Works is doing exactly. If y'all subscribe, if
But
y'all
we don't subscribe. You know why?
well, okay. Well, I don't know how to show y'all the which one. I'll probably post the cover. But Prolific Works is doing a promotion with 45 Black romance authors, and we each submitted a story, and so you'll get 45 books for free. Yeah, and it's not like this list is skimping on the Black romance author, because you have um Miss House, you have uh D.L. White, you have Cheryl Lister, Aja, you have Aubrey Penn, you have Stephanie Nicole North, you have like
That's a lineup.
hitters. And I was like, and I'm a part of it. Like, I saw that list and I was like, what? And we, like, it was a little group, and I was like, let me see these members. Ooh, ooh, oh, ow,
Funny as hell.
45 books, and my book is named Ash's Tale. I don't want to tell everybody about the book but it is a reimagining, not a retelling, a reimagining of a popular story.
Is it a? Is it a? What's the name of the title again?
Ash's Tale. look, look, it reminds me of Kiki Palmer, and she was like,
Wait, is
it's a retelling, well, a reimagining of a very popular children's story.
wait, is it? Never mind.
Say it.
Is it?
Ash's Tale.
No, it's not that.
Say it.
I don't think it's that. I don't want to
Just
say
say
it.
it. Just say it. Just say it. Look, my twist out is popping right now. So twist out is just giving. But say it. I think you might be onto it now.
Is it? No, no, I'm not gonna say it. No, because
This
she
is
said
really
ring around the
giving the Kiki
rosy.
Palmer thing.
She said ring around the rosy.
No, Ashes. It's apostrophe. So Ash apostrophe S. His name is Ash. Thank you, Ellie. And it cute. Look, I was in my sad girl era. Hair was not done, and then
And that's why I got locks. Even though I put this damn edge control on this shit, and it just really, sometimes
no. Some of the edge control, like the way that it cakes up and it leaves
yeah,
residue, the worst.
it's like got me out here looking like I got a bald ass lace front on my damn head, missing some fucking shit.
Bye.
Yeah.
It's not Ring Around the Rosie, y'all. It's a Disney princess. But his name is Ash.
It's a Disney princess.
Yeah, it's a reimagine of a popular fairy tale. Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. It's in the comments. It's Cinderella. It's a reimagining of Cinderella. And his name is Ash.
Child. Is it gonna have some fucking in it?
Did it have some fucking in it? It does. It absolutely does. And the very this is why I really love Lily, because we were up and I was sending her voice messages and I was like, all right, friend, imagine this. She's sitting like this and her legs are like this, but she does this like
Yeah.
and we're sending pictures back and forth that I found on the internet. And she's like, wait, is she a contortionist? Because I don't think, and I'm like, you right. Maybe she should do, yeah. I had to talk it all through. Like, you know how people like talk sex through? I talk books through. I have to visualize everything. So I'm like, can you see what I'm painting this picture right here? Because the words, that's paint for me. I am painting a picture with my words. And if you are reading my books and you are not visualizing what I'm seeing, then I did something wrong.
April 1st, huh?
April 1st.
Okay. Cinderella.
Well, Ash.
Cinderella.
So
Okay.
it's one of those books. I will give a little sneak peek, but he fell first. Mutual, like, have always loved this girl.
Oh.
I be painting. And she is his stepbrother's ex-girlfriend. So yeah.
Damn. It gotta come with some kind of conflict. Damn.
You just gotta think about Cinderella and the characters that are in that book.
Yeah.
But I really want people, like, when we drop these links and y'all go get these books, a lot of these books are going to kind of have the same themes. So this is me hinting, because if you know me and you've read at least 3 of my books, then you know that they fall under some type of, group type thing. So when
You
these,
talking about like smoking?
yes.
Ah.
So look at the titles, and then you'll be like, wait a minute. Ooh, I picked it out, that one and that one. And then you'll see that it's
Okay.
little. So it comes out April 1st, and then I wrote a very short story for the One Page One Love anthology that comes out May 6th. When I said that I went on break, I had to get those books done, and then I stopped.
Mm.
And the name of my story is called A Destined Connection. And so it plays into the paranormal, spiritual type thing. Yeah,
So
uh-huh.
I wait a minute. Wait a
Uh-huh.
whole goddamn minute.
Wait, no, but I don't consider it paranormal. I don't consider it. I feel like it's like movie magic. You know how like in Hallmark movies, like Hallmark movie magic, where she makes a wish and then the wish comes true, or she receives a message in a bottle and then all of a sudden things start happening.
You,
That's how
you,
this.
you see how she trying to make this not paranormal when it's she just explained girl.
I'll send it to you soon. I will send you this short story, but when I send this to you, you can't ask what the rest of it is. Oh, see, Lily said not until I write the full length, and that's Jasmine knew what I was talking about. Cutesy magic.
But you see that M word right there.
It's cutesy magic, and
Uh,
so
huh.
I will ask you all a question. Y'all know how y'all are on TikTok and y'all see the videos, and it's like, if this message has found you, is meant for you, blah 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 blah. That's what that is.
So
The
supernatural,
yeah, stop.
paranormal.
Yeah, I didn't want to use the p word. It is a message meant for her like will pop up and okay.
Right. Right. She beating around the bush trying not to say that
I
word.
really am. Like, it's not paranormal. It's just cutesy magic.
Oh, Lord
Lily, you are being
Jesus.
aggressive. Go stand in the corner, man. But it is a message. If a message is meant for you, it'll find you. And in this case, the message was telling her that the man who she was destined to meet, she would meet him. And stuff happened. So, a distraction, a Uber, but it somehow leads to her finding her destined connection.
Okay.
It's
So
really cute. When I say that, I really love that short. Like, I was like, I'm not going
pages is
to.
just one page.
It's 1,500 words.
Oh,
So
okay.
about 2 or 3 ish, give and take. Um, when I say I really love that story, I think I was writing for myself with this one. Like, because those messages pop up all the time
Lily be on your ass.
on me, on, on like my second skin, on like a light. She
Short.
don't,
She
she
said
don't let
short,
up.
they'll be long.
She don't let up. But she's want to talk because we can go on her story.
Yeah, it did take a minute.
Mm.
For Baldwin, after the Baldwin, I was like, the Baldwin bookstore, I was just like, Lily? Lily?
Yo, that bookstore.
Was the
I need to stay. I told her, I said, when Tuesday nights, I was like, it is such a beautifully written story. And the people who get it will get. No, we're not. We're talking about Baldwin's Corner. Pepper.
Man, I ain't gonna hold you.
I
That
share flowers with all my friends. Like, so you can get your flowers too because you did your big one with that one.
I feel like that book should have been on somebody's list. Somebody's. I don't give a fuck. That should have
You
had a
probably posted it
banner.
all the way out in the message, but I said that. I was like, I don't understand how this book is not on anybody's list because
That was
how
one of
beautiful
the
that book
best
is.
books.
And I think what it is people they see how because that baby thick. That baby thick.
But it's worth it.
But it was worth it.
It's worth it. That was look. See, this how y'all be missing out on good books because
It's
y'all see
called
how
Tuesday
thick it
Nights
is.
at Baldwin's Corner by Lily S. Flower. The S stands for smutty. The S stands for smutty. Yes.
Um, that that was such a good book. And then the second book. The
I
second
gotta
book
read the
was
second
even
book.
better. Had the whole
I read
sapphic theme
that.
going.
She
Ugh.
writes so beautifully. And I tell Lily this all the time. She writes so beautifully. And like You're going to get found family. You're going to feel support. You're going to feel love, but you're going to get the sex.
And she gave us multicultural realness with Ethiopian type culture. Y'all, when I say this book is fucking, both of those books are fucking amazing. Ama- it, People been looking for sapphic books. She got you on the second book.
Yes, she does.
The first book, she got that love. I mean, love.
Leo is so beautiful.
Ugh.
We had this whole conversation, and I was just like, Lily, and she showed me this, like showed me something that someone sent her, and I was like, but this is this that's how I feel. Like somebody was able to adequately put how I felt in words, and this is
Yeah.
what it would say. Like it's such.
That is such a
So
romantic.
like I can't stand her on a Monday or a Tuesday, but yeah, I
But you
might.
know what? But Lily is nasty.
She is. That's why the S stands
Lily,
for smutty.
Lily is not. You gonna get that romance? She is blowing backs out, munching of the munch. It is happening. It is going down. Sonic coins are ringing. It is happening, y'all. That's all I'm saying.
Look,
So
I didn't
okay,
learn some
back to
things
you.
from her. I
Okay.
didn't learn some things. I was like, man, a snowball is a what now? Oh, that's
So,
interesting.
where can readers find your books? And do you have a website? And how can we best support you?
So you can find my books on Amazon. All of my books are available in Kindle Unlimited. The only book that is not on Amazon is because it's absolutely free. It's called Gobble. It was the you didn't hear about Gobbled? Oh God. Oh yeah. Gobbled is the Thanksgiving short that I released on Christmas Eve.
Wait, what?
Gobbled is the Thanksgiving short that I released on Christmas Eve.
Uh,
It's absolutely free. It is through my book funnel. Like you don't have to pay. It's yeah. Don't start, Lily. Don't start.
so how can we support you? How can we best support you, your dreams and your stories? How can we support you as readers and new readers that who may never have heard of you that are on here? How can we support you?
So my website is www.authorkimmieferrell.com. The link is in my bio. You can support me by reading and rating and reviewing. I know that the ratings get a lot of play, but I think people actually seeing the reviews and seeing what people thought kind of pulls them in more to want to purchase the book. If you see my stuff online, like something that I post, you can reblog it, repost it, like
Mm.
that's. But word of mouth, if you read something that I wrote, tell the next person. That's honestly how Dime I met Dime. I used to work with Dime's cousin, her favorite cousin, and her cousin kept talking about me to Dime. And Don was like, I know her. But and Don popped up and was like, hey, you know my cousin. I was like, I sure do know your cousin. Like, I love your cousin. Like, oh my God. So one of my goals for this year is to get in bookstores, like indie bookstores, and in libraries. The only book that you can get from the library now is my audiobook, Mr. Play for Keeps. It's available on Libby. I think that's the site. I'm not too good with that. Um, but word of mouth. I just want if you want to support me, do it. If you don't, it's okay. I might not be the person for you.
Well,
Uh,
I'm gonna need you to get some pen and paper real quick.
Michelle, pass me a pen and paper. Pen and paper.
Because I'm
That's
finna make your dreams come true.
oh. Hold on, here she go. Just toss it. Thank you. Thank you, Mama.
Welcome.
Welcome. Okay.
All right. Two, you want to get your books in bookstores.
Yes.
The Book Readers venue in Houston, Texas is a actual physical bookstore that has a lot of indie authors, and she's always looking for black indie authors to put and published authors to put in her store. That's the
Okay.
first one. The second one is Shannon, my business partner, the other half of the Boozy Book Tour, owns her own online bookstore where she has indie authors and published authors on her bookstore. If you go talk to her, slide into those DMs, she will have your book on her website to be purchased. And she also makes books into book boxes.
Okay. I just saw a question. Where can you get the Valentine's Day favor? That is a short that is on my website. And so there are two shorts on my website. One is called the New Year's Eve Bet, and the other one is the Valentine's Day favor. And if you read Gobble, it should have the link to the Valentine's Day favor in it.
And also, to another thing, if you want your books in libraries, I would advise you to reach out to author, hold on, Kelly Violet. She's a big advocate and also a national librarian who tries to get indie authors, black indie authors, into libraries across America. Um, and the other person is one second. What shit? Goddamn nails. The other person is fuck. Uh where that? Give me 1 second. It is Kennedy B. Author Kennedy B. Talk to her. She's a librarian.
Okay.
So there you go on those two fronts.
And that's me and Lily, we have like our bingo cards. So I was like, my biggest thing is because that's what really like got my love of writing to where it is now,
Mm-hmm.
is after I finished that book box, I used to walk like 4 miles to the library
Mm.
every day after school, after band practice, to check out black books. And that's
Mm.
how I found the BET. I think I can never say the word, Lord God, but the BET books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
That's how.
remember those. Well,
So,
I'm sure my
mm, hmm we showing
yeah.
our age.
Mm.
Yeah. So I used to read, and their section was so tiny that they only had those books on like one little row thing and a turny thing.
Mm.
That was all they had for black romance. And I was like, one day I want my book in that library.
Mm.
So my goal is to get my book in Martin Luther King Jr. Library in Washington, D.C.
I would say start out with those two and see what steps you need to take.
Mhm.
And I especially talk to Kelly Violet because that's her passion. That's what she does. Kennedy B, she's a local librarian, but I would talk to them to help you out to get into wherever you need to go as far as the library that you want to get into.
Will do. I definitely will because I got to make the dreams come true.
That's true. That's true.
Not made into Hallmark movies just yet, but
Yeah.
they're small.
Yeah. And I look, I would love because I don't know if you know who. Do you know who Rowdy is?
Yes.
I would love if Rowdy Ruski and Gunshy they have that they have their indie film productions company. I would
Mm.
love if they made a movie for a Phantom Affair or made a movie or series for Baldwin.
Mm.
I would love, love,
That would be
love
so
that.
beautiful.
And I'm gonna say this: they are accepting submissions now, and it's free of charge. So y'all might want to go to her link in her bio and submit. I mean, go to their website and submit your idea for your book to be turned into a movie or a web series or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm finna do a little housekeeping as I do at the end of every freaking interview that this turns into an infomercial. Jesus Christ, I hate this shit.
Take a deep
But
breath and let it go.
Lord. But before I get out of here, tell everybody what's your social media handles so they can follow you on all sites in case this one disappeared.
Yeah, it's supposed to be leaving on the 4th. So I am on Facebook is Kimmie Ferrell. That's my personal. Y'all can come. Y'all gonna see some regular stuff, but I do have an author page. It's author Kimmie Ferrell. I'm on X. I don't get on as much, but it's Kimmie Ferrell. You can always find me on Instagram or Threads. Kimmie Ferrell. It should be Kimmie Ferrell all across. If you ever want to email me, because I like receiving messages and DMs and stuff, do it. Thank you, Lily. My email address is on my LinkedIn thing. You can shoot me an email. If you got questions, because A Phantom Affair is one of those books that you're going to have questions.
Mm-hmm.
That book, I let one of my friends, well, I let a reviewer read it, but she's also someone who I consider a friend. She had me on the phone for 3 hours. I was in Ocean City. She had me on the phone for 3 hours asking me about this book because there were things she did not understand and things she needed more clarity on. I am open for that. I don't like talking on the phone though. So y'all not gonna get me for 3 hours.
You did. Now I'm gonna say this, even though I don't even think my review touched enough. Because there was some open-ended shit in there that I'm like, so
What happens next? Yeah.
There was a few situations. I was like,
you know, you can hit me up, and I definitely will talk to you through it. Like I don't mind because
I just need you to write me through it. Right.
That book was a lot. It definitely was a whole lot. It was worth it.
It's so good.
I will tell you, it is not your average. First, don't read A Phantom Affair and then go back and read everything else because there's nothing in my catalog like that book. Honestly, I don't think any of my books ever are the same because my head is weird. I'm different. And so stuff is going to come out differently. But if you read that book, just know that you're going to be confused. You're going to be mad. You're going to be definitely mad at me. You're going to be mad at me. You're going to be mad at the character. You could start with 9 Frosty Nights. That's the first book of my catalog. That is one of the sweeter books, which is, they still fuck. I'm sorry. But it's very sweet and it takes place in Iceland. And no, I've never gone to Iceland. But that book made me want to go. If you like adventurous stuff, you might like that book. But A Phantom Affair is nothing like anything I've written. It's going to make you mad. It might make you cry. A lot of people have said that it made them cry. It made me cry. It's going to confuse you, and you're going to be left feeling unfulfilled, but fulfilled at the same time. So I'm going to make sure you get yours, but you're still going to want more.
Yes, because she has some open-ended situations. Like, bruh.
And then you're going to get into these characters and like, yeah, some of these characters are, some of them are hilarious, but yeah.
Are you going to bring more? Right.
I hope so. The book that I want to release for my birthday does feature Emmanuel. He's just a supporting cast.
Oh damn! Why you be like stepping on my hopes and dreams and life?
So Emmanuel worked at a magazine called Obsidian Magazine. So that the characters for that book that I want to release for my birthday work at that magazine. One is actually the owner of the magazine. So you see Emmanuel sometimes, and you kind of get an update about him and Siren. Um, so yeah, but I want to write the second book of that series because, but the characters are not talking. I'm sorry, like I really want her to talk.
Do
It's
they want some wine, some caviar, some
I don't
something?
know what's wrong with Alani. It really is Alani, and when you read the book, mind you, Alani was the standoffish one when it came to Jacob in the first place. So now she's kind of like, I don't want him. I don't want him. But girl, he didn't already been up in your guts. He already
He
had
definitely
you.
was up in the guts.
He was everywhere, like from the way he was talking about it. So I really want them to start talking. But
Okay, okay. I am not
when
happy.
they start talking, when like the first time I pull up that document, Storm, and I write one word, I will send you a message like I'm writing.
Oh,
I
girl.
will send you. And look, even Lily, you can hold me to the fire for this because you hold me to the fire for everything else. When I start talking about them, when I start writing them, Storm will be the first to know besides Lily. So you'll
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
You
Okay. I'm gonna hold you to that. All right. So let's get into this infomercial. Jesus, why me? All right. So the Boozy Book Tour is happening. We have Raleigh, North Carolina, which is May 17th. We have Arlington, Virginia. Don't ask me. Y'all remember the date?
July 26th, that is 6 days after my birthday. This is my first event. Y'all need to be there. I'm just saying.
You heard him.
Be there.
That will be Arlington, Virginia, and then we're having Chicago because unfortunately Orlando got canceled. It was out of our hey, them bitches expensive. So we have Chicago, and that's October 18th, and it's gonna be a time. But we also hold on. I don't know why they be saying y'all comments be wrong, like doing something. I don't know. And we also have the second Melanin Ball happening in Las Vegas in February. One of our highlighted guests will be Jaquel J. And we have tons more that will be announced after August. Y'all will find out some very special people will be coming for Las Vegas. And the theme for Las Vegas is Kid and Play House Party 2 Pajama Jam. So all weekend long you will be wearing pajamas. We will Friday you will get to see House Party 2 in your pajamas because we've written out a movie theater. Then we're gonna play laser tag and bowl a little bit while drinking. Yeah, that should be interesting. And then we're gonna have the book signing the next day, the award show. The list is coming. So if you want to nominate your favorite author, this is your time. And I'm gonna caveat with this shit. I don't give a fuck. If you don't vote for them motherfuckers, don't come in my DMs no more. If you don't see them on the top 3 list when we get to the top 3, don't come in my DMs. Don't you do it.
She said what she said.
All right, but the you can nominate your favorite author in different categories. We will have that out probably next month, I believe. And we will have the Melanin Ball because this year's Melanin Ball was 1920s. Boy, it was ass and titties and all type of shit dancing all around.
I seen the videos.
It was a great time.
And I came in the live after y'all had it. The live that y'all had like that following Monday, and I was like, they ain't tired.
It took me about 3 weeks to recover. And after that, we're not doing any more like regular book tours anymore. We're doing theme book tours, so it'll be 3 a year. So it will start with the Millennium Ball in Las Vegas, and then we'll go to Denver, which is a multicultural, interracial book signing with other genres that are just erotica, because that is a dungeon night, which means dungeon night is a BDSM dungeon night. You will have to sign an NDA for that evening to come to a dungeon night. This is also going to be the pop-up event for my club that will be opening in Chicago in 2027, which will be a BDSM black club. So you'll get a taste of that in Denver. Then we're moving to Seattle, and that'll be the last book signing of 2026. And we are doing the Mad Hatter Alice in Wonderland Tea Party book signing. So get your Mad Hatter, your Chester Cat, and Alice in Wonderland Queen of Hearts outfits. We're gonna have a grand time. We're gonna have tea, and we're gonna have Long Island iced tea.
My favorite.
And then later that year, we are doing the girls trip, the 35 plus and up girls trip to where? Nigeria. We're going to experience Dirty December. Book style, I guess. Yeah. So, yeah, that is happening. Brianna, we will make exceptions. We just don't want to have a whole bunch of we can't call y'all YNs, so we'll just say we just say
youngins, a bunch of
youngins. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna act wild, too wild. Cause I'm not putting. I'm gonna put a Apple tag on you. I ain't got time for this.
Now YBs.
But yes, that's the Boozy Book Tour. The tickets are available, and we are also offering sponsorship. So you can sponsor events, you can sponsor readers who can't afford to get tickets but are in the area and would like to come, because there is nothing like one of our VIP style events, because it's drinks, it's books, it's fun, it's everybody is sociable, and you are not going to be able to sit down because it's going to be too much shit going on. So please, please, please get your tables, get your vendor tables, and yes, vendor tables. But if you are selling something that is other than like food, other than books and stuff like that, and it's food, please contact us and email us, because there are things we got to discuss. Right? Okay. Next, I have this social media planner that I made that is goals, is social media content planner, and it is a self-care for Black women. Because we don't take care of ourselves like we supposed to take care of ourselves. Mm-hmm. So you can get this in my link in my bio, and I do have it on GoodNotes, so you can, and it's 365 days a year, so you can keep adding pages until I come out with another one. I'm just saying. What else? YouTube. Thank you for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. And I am very happy because of that, because hey, hopefully my shit gets seen and I become syndicated. Who knows? You never know. And what else did I forget? I don't know. Oh, my website. Go to my website. I do write reviews on my website because not everybody likes videos. They like to read the reviews. I'm trying to get away from doing it on Goodreads and Storygraph. I've made my own website where I can write the reviews as I read them. So there you go. And I think that's it.
I'm sitting here thinking about everything that you said last night, and I'm like, is that all?
Oh,
I feel like you missing some stuff.
Oh, yeah. If you are interested in getting your book into a bookstore, as I mentioned before, you have Shannon, who has an online bookstore. That is the Literary DFW. She does book boxes. She does merch. She does shot glasses. She does it all. If you are interested in getting a t-shirt made, Mika G, she is a influencer here on TikTok. She has her own t-shirt company. If you are interested in editing, Marked by Tylee, she just completed Jaquel J's #1 book. She was her editor. So Marked by Tylee with good prices. They're trying to fuck you over. So you need to get in contact with Tylee Justine. If you are looking for another podcast that's like mine, but we are not the same, but we do the same content, is Booked and Busy. She has a platform called Pop Your Ish. So, and she's also starting her own PR company for influencers, authors, and companies. So, and I'm one of her clients. So yeah. And did I forget anything else? Oh, the Urban Tea Room. If you,
I was pointing at that too.
Girl, I'm trying. This is a lot.
I remember from yesterday. I'm like, hold on, she right there. Yeah.
The Urban Tea Room, if you are an author and you're looking for something unique, instead of putting a box together just with your book, why not put together a box with tea? And she has beautiful teas that taste good as fuck. And she blends them and they are just, and she's going to be on Boozy Book Tour Chicago, hopefully. So, therefore, you'll get to see, taste, and talk to her in person. But if you're interested in that as an author, please hit her up. She's right there, the Urban Tea Room. Did I forget anybody else? I think I had everybody.
I think you got everybody.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
You got to get a whole script for this part.
Oh, shit. All right. So that was it. And thank you so much for coming on here.
Thank you for having me. This was fun. Like, I knew it was gonna be fun, but once I got over the initial nerves, like, yeah,
y'all gonna learn. I'll try to make it.
Look, like I said, that live that y'all had, it was you, Nicole, Shannon. Like, y'all was just talking, and y'all was like, "Yeah, closed mouths don't get fed," and it's just too many motherfuckers in these streets. And I was like, they ain't gotta read me for filth like that. Like, I'm not. I ain't saying nothing to nobody. Like, how they just know I just don't be. Yeah, I felt it, but I'm glad that y'all did it because y'all don't realize that some stuff you say, it messages meant for you will find you. And I just so happened to be scrolling and then saw y'all live and popped in and y'all were talking about that. And I was like, oh, okay. I got the message. Am I going to do something about it? Maybe not. Maybe. We'll know. We'll see.
I think it's a core group of us that likes to tell the honest truth. Sometimes people will tell you what you want to hear because they want to hang on your coattails or they're trying to be nice. They don't want to hurt your feelings. I have always been of the mind that if I don't tell you the truth, who's going to tell you the truth?
I realized that y'all was real like, I knew that y'all was real, but y'all was sitting on, it was a Saturday afternoon. And y'all was, and Brianna was in, I hope I said that right, because I know you posted it on WhatChamacallit, but Brianna was in that room too. And y'all were sitting there and y'all were talking about how you were going to navigate the Amazon Kindle protest. And y'all sat there and y'all was just talking. And I said, Lily, a group of Black women sitting in a chat room talking to each other, how to be proactive about this and do right. I was like, I love it. I need that. That's the space. That's what I say when I mean community. Because me and you can have a talk about how I feel about this community because sometimes it's not. But when I saw that, I was like, that's a community. That's why I write and I treat people the way I do and want to help because people like y'all. So please don't ever stop, y'all.
We appreciate it.
If y'all need some support, let me know. I might can't be at all the events and everything, but look.
Need Lily to get on the Boozy Book Tour.
I got on one.
I'm talking about Lily. And Lily.
Look, Lily need to. Let's get Lily on your show first.
Ha!
If Lily get on your show first, that's the start because.
Yeah, I forgot you Canadian and with everything going on. No, you don't need to be on the Boozy Book Tour.
Yeah, you don't need to come over this way.
We already dealing with enough.
Because I didn't tell Lily I was gonna go see her, but
maybe one day. Oh, Lily, I'm gonna get you for an interview because shots fired. Oh my God, shots fired. So May is looking real nice. May is looking real nice.
And that's her birthday month. Go, friend.
May is open, so now I'm gonna have to slide in your DMs, man.
I'll be in there too. The
May calendar is open. I only got 2 people who signed up for May, and I'll leave a spot just so you can have it.
Ooh,
I'm just saying.
She trying to hide under a blanket like I won't snatch it off of her. Like, what?
Brianna, all you gotta do is text me. I mean, all you gotta do is DM me. My calendars just be open. It's just that people sign up so damn quick, I can't fucking keep it open. I put out April and it was filled up. I put out April like
yesterday. Like yesterday. Day before yesterday. It wasn't.
It's filled up.
Oh,
The whole month filled up.
well, I applied for February, and I was like, dang, I didn't even get February. So
It
yeah.
filled up like that. The minute I put it out there, I wound up getting so many emails from my website. I had to do it by the timestamp.
That's good though. But that's amazing though. That's because people understand that when they come on here, you're gonna be respectful. You're not gonna do anything that's gonna make them feel uncomfortable, and you're gonna be real with yourself. You're gonna be real with them, and they can be real with you.
Yeah.
Like,
I just want
yes,
people to
Lily,
see
we
you
bullying.
guys. Yes, girl, I'm about to get in your DMs. And I don't even want to hear Canadian time because Nicoya Zane came on here and she a whole Canadian too. And she came on here not once, but twice. So I don't even want to hear that. I don't even want to hear that. Save that for somebody else. I had people in England.
Oh,
Matter of fact, I got author Kimmie Ferrell. She's in England right now, and she's doing an interview in next month. So, thank you,
well,
Erica.
shit, Lily, you could do it. You could do it.
She's so. Don't worry, I'm gonna get her.
It's okay. I'm about to get all up in her ear and tell her some things about herself
Just
because
tell me today. Just tell me today, and we'll make the time work. Just tell me today, and I will put that date aside just for you. It ain't that bad. We can even drink while we on here. Have a sip of something.
and I didn't even drink, which is so crazy. Like,
I've been sitting here drinking this water, and I mean, I got the alcohol back there.
yes, May 29th.
Okay, then May 29th is your date.
Look, I'm gonna write it down.
Let me get my calendar book for all my.
I'm so proud of you, friend.
Let's see, May 29th is a Thursday, so 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and whatever time that is.
Like 8:30 for her, I think.
Okay, so
That's 8:30 for you, right, Lily? If it's 6:30, because it would be 7:30 for me, so it should be 8:30 for you.
we'll have you.
Don't tell me to Hugh. Okay. Look at me navigating deals for a living.
So that's your interview date, May 29th. If y'all want to interview with me, I'm telling y'all, May is open. May is open, except for like the 15, 16, 17, 18. But the rest of the month is open. I only got 4 people for interviews, and I ain't doing interviews on Mother's Day. So if you want to interview, hit me up. I ain't got no problem. And it doesn't matter if you only have one book. I just want to stress this. It doesn't
Wait,
matter.
let me ask you a question. Are you doing interviews during the Boozy Book Tour in Raleigh with the authors that might be there?
Yeah.
Like, do you? Okay.
Yeah. I usually go around once everybody's settled in and the readers are already at the tables and talking and stuff like that. If I see an author that does not have a lot of readers over there, I usually go over there and I sit and talk with them, and I go around the room and just
Okay.
you know,
That's cool.
yeah. I try or I go live. So it could be a combination of both.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you are an author and you're on here and you would like an interview with me, my May calendar is open. Just DM me. I would say go through my website, but I'm not gonna put y'all through all that. Just DM me. Know what I read first. All right. I do not read nonfiction, poetry, and any oh shit. And any I won't say too dark, but anything that is white adjacent as far as too dark. I don't read what that lady wrote that went to jail. Okay? I don't read her type of dark.
She should be. Right where she should be.
I don't read that type of dark. I like dark romance. I just don't like that type of dark. That taboo shit, y'all can have it. I don't fuck with that. Y'all got it. So if you want to interview, now you know. Just hit me up in my DMs. Be respectful. Don't say, "Hey, I want a review," or "Hey, I want to interview." Hi, how you doing? Something, you know. All right. So I'm gonna get out of here because my stomach touching my back, and
I'm old. It's past my bedtime.
Yeah.
Saturday. I gotta go to bed.
I'm wore out for house hunting.
Oh.